Hello, welcome to my vlog. Guys, guess what? It is my favorite season. It is hot dog season! Hot dog season is my favorite for two reasons. Number one, lots of delicious hot dogs, cookouts, well, mostly at cookouts, but I suppose you could get hot dogs at other places. But number two is I get to tell my hot dog story often. I've already told it twice this week. And guess what? There's about to be a third time because you guys are going to hear my hot dog story. Can I get a whoop whoop? We were staying in this hotel far out on Long Island, and the train came only once every hour because it was so far out there. And so we'd come into the city, we'd walked around, we'd saw a lot of sights, that kind of thing. At some point during the day, I purchased a suitcase. I should show you the suitcase because that would be like a good visual, but too much trouble. And so I'm carrying around an empty suitcase in downtown New York City. Is there any other kind of New York City? I don't know. Anyway, well, my friends were kind of just letting me lead because I like to do that. I don't know if I'm good at it, but I like it. And I was in charge of like making us get places. All of a sudden I look at my watch. We're like heading back, but all of a sudden I look at my watch and I'm like, oh my gosh, the train is leaving in like 5 minutes. So we take off running, right? We're still like 4 blocks away from the train station. And we take off running and my friends are just trailing behind me and I'm carrying this huge suitcase. And we get down the steps that I think lead to the train station and we run down these steps and then we're just in a regular subway station. So that's no good. So we run back up the steps, circle the block, run back down the exact same steps, okay? So we run back up the steps. We kind of half circle the block. We find the right steps. We go down. We're in the train station. But to get to the train that goes to Long Island, you have to go down, down, down. So we just keep running and running and running down all these flights of stairs. And again, I'm in the lead, not because I'm fast, but because I knew where we were going. And I run up to the board that has all the display of where the trains are and what time they're leaving and that kind of thing. And I stop short because I have to read the board. And I go, oh my gosh, we missed the train. And then I passed flat out, okay, to the ground. So then I wake up probably like 10 seconds later, but it felt like days had passed. And my friends are like hovering over me. And all I can think about, I see these 2 cops over on the side. And they start to walk over to us. And all I can think about is I'm afraid they're going to think I'm drunk, even though I'd not had anything to drink all day. It was just not a coherent thought, maybe. And so the cops come over and they're concerned. And they say, have you had anything to eat today? And I said, I had a hot dog earlier. Because in New York City, the hot dogs are $1 and they're so good. And they're only $1. So that was good. So then the cop this is like 9 o'clock at night. So the cop's concerned. He goes, that's all you had to eat all day long was one hot dog? And I was like, I had another hot dog before that. So he's like, okay, all you've had to eat all day long is 2 hot dogs. And I'm like, I had another hot dog before that. And my friends were like, sir, she's okay. She had lunch. We had plenty of food and water. She'll be all right. And really, I passed out because I'd been running full out for blocks and blocks and up and down steps and carrying a suitcase. Don't forget. And then I just stopped all of a sudden. So it was like a heart rate dropping situation. I was perfectly fine. I don't pass out normally. Don't worry about me, please. So the cops walk away, and we have to wait for a whole hour for the next train to come. After that, I was like, guys, you know what? Before that, I had another hot dog. It's like really embarrassing that I almost had to confess to the cops that I had 4 hot dogs in one day. But the thing is, it was spaced out over many, many hours. Anyway, now I'm justifying my hot doggish ways, but you know what? I stand by those ways because hot dogs, they are darn good.